Comcast out with quarterly numbers. The parent of NBC Universal and CNBC earned an adjusted 77 cents a share for the fourth quarter. That was 4 cents above estimates. Revenue also topped Wall Street forecasts. Comcast also raising its dividend by 8% to 27 cents a share, increasing its stock buyback program by $10 billion. The company says that on almost every metric, Comcast was able to outperform expectations. Some interesting comments from the company about what, adding customers in certain areas like broadband net additions, 1.3 million. That's for the fiscal year, and 212,000 in the fourth quarter. That's the highest level of customer retention on record for a fourth quarter. And then they point out that Comcast or AT&T added a total of 60K broadband customers, Verizon 236K in all of 2021. Together, just 296K versus 1.3 million for Comcast. Now, the video churn or losses, that does continue. And it was above, I saw the numbers, 300,000 plus, which was worse than 312, worse than the previous quarter. But as Comcast always follows that, those numbers with saying we're not chasing unprofitable business. But you keep adding it up, 400,000. You do see why people say cord cutting is something that's still happening and maybe even accelerating to some extent. Whether it's with all the diversified businesses that Comcast has, whether that's a major concern, that's up to some, discussion. The theme park's kind of interesting. You guys see that?
Yeah, I think that says a whole lot about the consumer.
What's that? Yeah, but still,
Most profitable fourth quarter on record for the theme parks. They had strong domestic attendance and spending per guest, both in the United States and in Japan. So just talking about globally, how consumers do have money to spend on the things they want to spend it on. They did have new attractions with Super Nintendo World in Japan and Orlando and Pets in Hollywood.
Do they break out butterbeer sales?
No, I don't believe so.
They don't break out butterbeer and they don't break out Squawk, unfortunately. But
yeah, exactly. Maybe the two most biggest drivers of a lot of this.
Well, but the other thing I was going to mention is Peacock, because that's been something that I think a lot of investors have been focused on. The good news is they added 25 million subscribers. The less good news, or at least, and this is, by the way, this is the news that every streaming company is dealing with, is that it is impacting the adjusted EBITDA number. And that's clear. You're looking at results, $335 million of revenue, adjusted EBITDA loss, though, of $559 related to Peacock. And so I think a lot of people are going to be looking at what does that investment in Peacock look like? What does the growth rate look like? It's still early days. I know that it hasn't performed yet like Netflix. When you start to look out, though, over the next couple of quarters, and some of the content that I believe starts to come onto the service, Universal films and other things that have been held back thus far, you might start to have a nice base there. But we'll see. I know that's the optimistic view, but
that's the monthly active accounts. At year end.
I'm sorry. Necessarily mean monthly active accounts, right?
Yeah. But
you see the stock right now, though, up by.
But I understand how it works. Yeah, got hit yesterday, even when the market. And that was, I think, there was an upgrade the day before from somebody, RBC or someone. Peacock, I'm on a lot because of Yellowstone.
And Modern Family. I was on it again last night.
But I'm done with season 3.
And they're going to have the Olympics.
I'm done with season 3. Do I need to get Paramount Plus or something? I mean, it really does matter what you're showing. I mean, I did not. That was not on my bucket list. I got to get Paramount.
What I will say is they're pretty good. If there's one thing you want to see, you add it. And I will say I'm not very good about ever dropping anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Once I've got you're here forever.
There's companies that help you drop things that you don't know you still have. I see it advertised on TV.
I've seen it too.